very medieval to be doing these things in the rain. And what better setting to do that anyway, sun or rain, than here at Leeds Castle. So I can see at the Knights encampment we do have our knights, and indeed our wonderful Marshal of the Field are ready to come and join us on our main arena to engage in some foot combat. But they can't do that just by wandering in. It is not befitting of the grandeur of the occasion. So ladies and gents, I would ask please that you put your hands together and give a very warm welcome to the wonderful Knights and our Marshal of the Field.
Good morning everybody, welcome to Leeds Castle for this, our Queen's Joust 2024. Now if you've just joined us, I need to explain something very important to you. If you've not been here before, this is a genuine contest. This is not a show with stuntmen performing. This is what we call the real deal in shining steel, a true international contest where we welcome our visitors from France, a genuine French team. We've got paperwork and everything for them. And they've come all the way across La Manche, as they do every year, our great friends, to come and enjoy chivalric combat with our English team. So we'll introduce them to them in a second. But because this is a genuine contest, I first need to introduce you to the fairest judge in the land, and I mean fairest in every word, sense of the word, the lady of the joust herself, Kyle Vandola Evans.
Thank you, Nigel, and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody said it was summer in this country. Is this how Britain does summer? Yeah. So, welcome to day 3, the final day of this international competition. We're going to start this morning with some foot combat, where I'm going to have each competitor face a member of the opposite team for 3 rounds of competition. It's all to get points on that scoreboard at the back end of the arena. The first place competitor will get 3 points, second place will get 2, and third place will get 1. Anything after that, no points for your team. So you can see it's 27-13 right now, advantage England. France is coming out hungry and a little annoyed. It's going to be a fun day of competition. Are you ready to have us begin? Yeah. I'm sorry, that was not acceptable, and that was a rather damp response. I'm said, are you ready to begin? Yeah! Much better. Now we can start.
So as we prepare, ladies and gentlemen, I'll tell you a bit of a story so far. So usually, across the last 4 years of this competition, the English have dominated the foot combat and tended to win that. The French have tended to dominate the mounted joust. Indeed, just as it was back in medieval times, because the English more often fought on foot than on horseback. But things have been changing. For one thing, the French have been practicing. Yes, we don't approve of that, do we? We're British. If we want to climb Mount Everest, we just have an extra sugar in our tea and we crack on with it, don't we? But also, the English have been raising their game. The French tend to dominate the mounted joust. The English have been raising their game thanks to the encouragement of the French team. And this year, for the first time in 4 years, we have seen a reversal of those fortunes. The English in the lead on the 3rd day. But we're British, we know what that might mean, don't we? We're not going to say it, they're not going to blow it, just say it's looking good. So it really is all to play for today. It's a fantastic competition. I will say this again one more time, folks. The teams from England, Estria UK representing England. Let's have a cheer for them, go on. And coming all the way across from Normandy, the fantastic team that are Chevalerie Initiatique. That's it. Now, we do not boo our competitors in this competition. This is chivalrous competition, and I expect you all to be chivalrous as well in giving both of them your encouragement. What we do here is we cheer, don't we? Give me a cheer! Yeah! Now, you can cheer for England, you can cheer for France. What I want you to cheer for is sheer excellence, and you're going to see that here today. So, we will be fighting in armour, real armour, and you're about to find out why, because they will be using not swords. In the 15th century, the sword was more a badge of office than anything else. Doesn't do much against this armour. What you need is a can opener. So we'll be using pole axes. which were principally the weapon used to fight in armour. There were books of martial arts written about how to use these, and you're going to see some of that demonstrated right now. It's ferocious stuff. Yesterday was truly quite something to see. So, everything to play for. The French are out for blood, the English are out for glory, and we're out for a great time.
Absolutely. Now, ladies and gentlemen, starting us off in round one, for England will be Stuart. Facing for France, Alex.
Thank you. Alexander Léon, the youngest competitor from France. Very gallant young gentleman. Stuart Makin from England, very experienced, and an armourer himself. Much of that armour he's wearing, he made himself. He knows how to beat metal. Now we're looking for a clean, unopposed strike, not a flurry. And that qualified. You saw demonstrated brilliantly by Alexander there exactly what we're after. A good clean hit.
Clean hits. It's the first competitor to get 3 good clean hits will win the match. Ooh.
And
It's 1 each now.
I believe England just answered, got an equalising hit. Now, quick check there, the gauntlet loose on our French competitor. It's absolutely essential that they take care of this because you will break bones doing this if you do not have your armour in order. Now the French armour, as I say, they are predominantly mounted knights and their armour is more designed for the mounted joust than for the foot combat. That has caused them some issues in this competition. The English armours are designed to do both, or particularly to do foot combat. So there's a slight advantage there, but there you go. I'll tell you what, kids, life isn't fair, is it? Deal with it. So as I say, we're looking for a clean, unopposed strike. You might see a flurry of blows and hear a hit, but if it's in the midst of that flurry, it won't score. It's down to our judges to decide. They are our VAR, and they will decide what is a clean hit. So at the moment, I believe, Marshall, we are 1 apiece. Thank you. That's Stuart, a very technical fighter. But Alex, a younger, quicker man.
2 to 1. Can Alex get close in for that match point? Hold. Ooh. 2 each.
I don't need to explain that. Oh, and
Hold.
that scored it for England. You saw it with your own eyes.
3 points to 2. England.
But what a great fight from Alex there, giving everything he got. But Stuart Makin, who scored very highly yesterday, doing it again for England. Now this is his first time at the Leeds tournament. He's having a cracking weekend, and he's given us one as well. And Stuart just said, I heard him say that his blows were brilliant. He really enjoyed that. So now taking the field will be Mark Capel for England, wearing this very fancy lightweight German Gothic armour. This is good for the battlefield, not so good for the joust, but never mind. Very good for foot combat though. And he's up against Luculos from France. Benji, the big man wearing a heavy Italian armour. That's good for the joust, maybe not so good for foot combat, we'll see. But look at this. Mark Capel straight in there. Was that? Was
So the shoulder armour on Mark Capel has come out of position.
So Marshall, can we get a bit more clarity on whether that was a hit?
Yes, it was a...
1 hit to England, thank you. Yeah, so a bit of a scuffle. Oh, that's it! Bing bong, bonjour, Benji's here. That's what we want to see. So 1-1 at this stage. Yeah, I think Benji got one in there. On to France. Well done, France.
Right, 2-1 advantage currently with France.
Oh, man. I've been quite clearly there. Victory for France. A great fight by Benji there. That's what we want. We want a real contest here. And definitely the French have come meaning business. I like to see that. So a big round of applause for Benji winning that fight. We've got a long way to go yet though. And remember, all these scores today, every point goes towards the final score, and every point matters in this contest that we've been fighting over 3 days. This afternoon's joust at 3:30 will be a gripping finale, I'm sure. So these armours are all replicas of original armours. They're not simply designed as fantasy armours, they're all based on originals.
Right.
Carefully selected by each knight. So in the field now, Simon John for England will be facing, is that Arnaud from
It
France?
is Arnaud, and this is our final match.
Facing
round one.
Arnaud Leon, he is the daddy, 600 tournaments under his belt. He is the leader and teacher of Chevalerie Initiatique, and we are privileged to have him. Simon John is from Doncaster, and he fights like he's from Doncaster. Oh, that bit of canny move there from Arnaud. Trying to trap the weapon. Grappling and all sorts of things are involved in this kind of combat. But we do have rules.
Oh.
Yes, you saw that there. Slamming blow from England. And Arnaud answering with a very good strike there. Point to France, absolutely. Arnaud's not going to take any nonsense off Simon for that. Oh, France, definitely.
2-1 France.
Hit like a hammer there. Now Simon's been warned for his enthusiasm this weekend. Maybe he's playing a more careful game now. And he knows it.
3 points to 1.
Victory to France, and he knows it. Now Simon pasted them yesterday. The French have come back saying, right,
The French, as I said, the French are
bonne
coming
chance,
back
mon
to
ami,
get
I'm going to
points
deck you.
on that scoreboard. So at the end
It
of
does,
round
yes.
1, 2 matches to 1 advantages with France.
Now I have to say, folks, I mentioned it earlier. Now, a few years ago when Chevalerie Initiative came over, they had never done foot combat like this before. It was very daunting for them. They had to adapt armour and do all kinds of things, and every year they got better and better and better at it. And I think they're really showing us that today. So give the French a cheer, please. Because they're really working hard at this. Thank you very much. So, kicking to get in as we go into the second round.
Starting us off.
Stuart making from England, Stuart making mincemeat for England, hopefully.
Yes, against Benji. for
And
France.
he's going up against the other big man, Benji. This should be something to see. The contest for the ages. Stuart, very experienced at foot combat in a number of styles. Very technical fighter, as you'll see.
Entrou pela sombra, tudo.
Now, if the block is parried in any way, it will not score. If it scuffs off the edge of a pole arm, it will not score.
Bit of coaching
A
from
bit of correction from our marshal, Andy Gilks, very, very experienced at this, runs a very tight ship. Now you see that was this is our Norwegian competitor, Pelle from Norway. Keen eyes spotting an armour problem.
That's exactly what his job is. He is my knight of mercy. It's his job to make sure that everyone's safe and to step in between them. And I'd rather have him take the blows than he steps in between them myself.
So while they're doing that, this armour, people often ask how much does it weigh? Well, it's different. It depends on how big you are. So around about 30% of your body weight. It can be more if it's an Italian armour, more because the horse is carrying the weight. So generally between 30 to 35%. Any heavier than that and it's working against you. But of course that depends whether you choose to fight on foot or on horseback or indeed both. Now you'll see the eye slits on the visors of these. They're very, very tiny. And later in the joust, our knights will not actually be able to see the horse they're riding. They can't see the horse beneath them. They can't see the weapon as it's placed in their hand. So imagine in this humidity and heat today, being encased in that steel and seeing the world through that tiny slit. And indeed, trying to fence like this. Here they go.
Não abre a outra não, a outra esqueci de pôr gelo, é só o gelo, não abre não.
Stuart looking for his moment there, look.
Hold.
I think that's one for France.
Agora não consegui mais nada.
Yeah, I think he's waiting too long for that moment. And I think he got it back there.
Não, deixa lá.
One each.
So, one each again. Well struck.
Ficha de molhinho. Pode.
Pode.
Oh, and that was. Oh, fantastic little flurry of blows there.
England.
The score for England. Benji really doing well in this though.
O juiz aí tá com a cara tipo assim, depois eu não tô bem.
Close.
France got in there first.
Two each.
But that pauldron, designed for the joust, not so good for this foot combat. The pauldron is the shoulder piece, causing him problems.
Pois é, branco.
And look at that, folks. Stuart Baker taking full advantage of that. One more win for England, but that was a very tightly fought match. Give a huge cheer to Benji. What a show. And what great sport. But that blow from Stuart pretty much sealed the deal, I think. Another win for England, but the French are making them work for it.
Sorry.
This is that moment where, if you've seen the film The Knight's Tale, where he has had his helmet removed by a blacksmith. Benji's having trouble getting his helmet open now.
Yeah, that blow has clinched his helmet shut. So,
We'll get the fire brigade to cut him out. I know a guy. So England are ready. Unfortunately, the French are all trying to get Benji's hat off. Now this is tough stuff. Obviously now these quarter staffs, or these pole arms we're using, they do not have metal ends. We don't want to kill anybody here today. But they are solid pieces of hardwood, and when that whacks into you, you'll realise why you need to have decent armour. Now, during the 1460s, the Battle of Towton, the bloodiest battle ever fought on English soil, a strange battle, a rare one, because we had battlefield bodies left afterwards. Very rare to have that. And the Towton bodies showed puncture wounds through the skull, square punctures where pole axes, the hammers, had punched right through the helmets, through the mail coif underneath and into the skull beneath. So those things kill, they're designed to. So for that reason, we're not using mechaliths. And I think Stuart's just shown us why. So, Mark Cable in the field now. While he's standing there, I want to show you something. As he gives us a bit of a twirl, Mark is wearing what is pretty much recognised as the finest suit of Gothic German armour anywhere in the world outside a museum. It is a reproduction, but it's of such a high quality that it's incredible. It's got genuine gold on that armour. You can see how it's fluted, how these, this is not simply for decoration, although it looks really fancy. That means gives it strength. It uses the eggshell principle to give the armour strength. But it's very, very light. It's very manoeuvrable. We're doing a quick change of the order because we need a Frenchman who's ready.
Yes, sorry, Arnaud was going to be next, but he's rightfully taking the time to make sure that Benji is all right.
I can see Benji's face, that's a start.
Yeah, sorry, in his place. Oh, no, Arnaud, is Arnaud ready? Fabulous. So Arnaud will face, from France, will face off against Mark for England.
Now we do need to be very careful about this, ladies and gentlemen. Those of you who were here last year will know that one of our competitors was rendered unconscious by a blow, which nothing else demonstrates the force of these hits.
Eu trouxe batata ali.
Ai, pega ela pra nós comer. Pega. Ela pega rapidinho.
Ah, velho, eu tô procurando pra
Onde
ele.
tá?
Eu tô com medo de derrubar a cerveja que tava aberta lá.
Mas você deixa fora da cooler?
É, de tirar aí fora.
To Alexander's latest acquisition. But as you saw, don't mess with Grandad. Mark Cable himself, a senior gentleman. Oh my word! Look at that! I think that was France, I know. Grandpappy has had his Ovaltine this morning. Calling hold, the judges picked the bones out. One for England, Mark Cable getting in there, answering the score.
Perigoso, hein, bro? Batalha mesmo. The real battle.
I think that was England first. No, the judges said that was France. Got a better hit there.
One moment, we're adjusting.
But I think Mark has loosened
Ele vai fazendo monte de nozinho até a cordinha.
the elbow piece on Arnaud's armour. No, it's fine. Just checking it.
2-1 France.
2-1 to France at this stage. Oh, he missed an opportunity there.
Hold.
But he got it back. He got it back.
Match point. Pauldron. Mark's Pauldron.
Não.
And our watching night saying, watch out, Mark's pauldron is tangled. Pauldron is the elbow piece.
Vai derreter.
Or sometimes the shoulder piece.
A Sara sempre quer fazer aquilo que não é pra fazer, né?
Really tense here for Mark Cable. He's out for victory, all right. But France is solid. The Grandpappy has won honour for France there. But what a great fight. Give them both a huge cheer, folks. Mark Cable and Arnaud Leon. Great friend. Now, some of our English knights, Simon, John, Emma, Pearl, recently travelled over to Normandy to be guests of Chivalry and Eschatika Joust in their tournament. This is all about friendship. It's just as it was in the 15th century. If you were a decent sort of fellow, you'd get invited to tournaments. And if you behave well at those tournaments, you get invited back. So it's important to be sporting. It has to be furious, but it has to be friendly. And you'll see nothing but great friendship on this field today. Now in the tournament, very often, the ladies were the judges, the ultimate judges. So you might have the case of a knight who scores highly but behaves badly, in which case the ladies would declare somebody else the champion of the tournament. So it's all about the ladies.
Darn right.
All the single ladies. So, Simon John from Doncaster against young Alexander. And I believe a little gag at the expense of the marshal there.
You're missing, ladies and gentlemen, is Andy's best.
Simon had been told to behave himself today, and he had a glint in his eye, and he said, "I've got something I'm going to do." I think he means it as well. Don't mess with me, sunshine. Oh, now that would have hurt if it landed. Now Simon's going all Weatherspoons on him. Oh, and that was a superb strike there from Alex. Did it score? No, too much of a flurry going on. We're looking for that clarity. I think that Simon John just got in there. No, France. We rely on the judges. It depends on, of course, your position as to what you see.
After the start, after the comeback, we'll have lunch, okay? Very close to lunch.
Oh! One each.
There we go. This is very, very tight and close sport indeed, as they all have been this weekend. France have really got good at this. It's lovely to see. Alex particularly seems to enjoy this. I think he needs his head examining. Look at that, Simon just definitely stacking back there just enough. Looking for his opportunity. I think that might have got it.
2-1 France.
So. Alex feeling the heat, getting tired and hot. England 2-2, I believe. It's all on this. It's all on this, folks. No time to rest, Alex. Come on, bring the thunder. I think he got in there first. Alex from France
3 points
wins that round. What a contest that was. I have to say, ladies and gentlemen, I would not want to be our two scoring judges. Ben and Chris here have such a responsibility to make this fair, and we rely entirely upon their keen eyes. Let's have a round of applause for our judges.
Poor Benji. His head is taking a beating today. So, ladies and gentlemen, I told you France was going to come out hunting for those points. And with a perfect score, getting 3 points on the scoreboard for his team, Arnaud of France. Only 1 point behind him, we have a tie for second place. Only dropping 1 point each, Alex of France and Stuart of England. Well done. Alex and Stuart will each receive 2 points for their team on the scoreboard. That's what France needed to do. Well done, gentlemen.
So with that, the grandpapa and the papa do very well there. A little family victory there for Arnaud Léon, Alexander Léon for France. What a great show they put on with Stuart Making. He's done very well in this contest for England, but they've all given us exactly what we want to see here at Leeds Castle. So it only remains for me, they're all congratulating each other. I do wish they'd line up. You can see the enthusiasm amongst each other and the friendship here, it's lovely. But I do sometimes forget that you lot are there. So, as we prepare to leave the field, ladies and gentlemen, we will be back here at 1 o'clock for the first mounted joust, when you get to meet the horses. Already it's been a great show, but please give a round of applause to the lady of the joust for her king judgment. For Andrew Gilts, our marshal, for running such a tight ship. For our scoring judges, Ben and Chris. And for all of our knights for such a fantastic show. One final round of applause for yourselves for having the wit, the wisdom, the courage to come out on an English bank holiday Monday to see this, the fantastic Queen's Joust at Leeds Castle. We'll see you again later. Thank you.